And hello, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Oh,
morning.
everyone. Good to see everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, Biggie, thank you for coming. There's Mr. Tizzo. See everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, I better
Hi,
put
baby.
music.
Hi, Giselle.
Mr. Tizzo. There. I won't have the echo now, will I? Oh, there's my other self. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's beautiful here today.
Yes, it is.
Beautiful morning in Virginia.
Is it? That's cool. Well, here we are. We're going to have tea. Tea and crumpets. What? What is that? Crumpets. That making me hungry. So I started some tea, and this is my plain Jane tea that I got from that company because I already drank my stinging nettle and raspberry tea. And you mix
Would you
raspberry
like to
tea.
make the screen big so we can see you better?
Oh, good plan.
Better?
See how wonderful, helpful they are. Okay. Let's move some of this. Okay, there's my teapot, which we won't be using today because it doesn't stay hot. It's just for decor. And these are from Mr. Doughboy. We'll talk about that later. These are insect shooters. We'll get a bite from a mosquito or woodtick or a bug. That's going to take away the itch in the pain. Anyway, tea. This is going to taste like coffee. My new teacup says I'm blessed. And I am. I am. I'm blessed that everybody could be here today. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. There we go. All right. Let's see. How many people have we got going in here?
Well, we're a little early, right?
We are early. We've got 5 people watching so far. We're not even at 11 o'clock yet. So we're good. What we're going to do today is, well, first of all, how are you girls doing? I guess I could actually show my face now. There.
You go first, Nick.
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing really good. Just enjoying the nice weather in the summertime right now.
True, true. We had some rain last night and it didn't even get in the basement. So I'm happy about that.
Oh, praise God about that.
Yeah.
No question. That was nice. It must have been a light enough rain to where it just made the dirt more wet, and then which means I'm not going to mow the yard today again. And I was like, okay, but you know what? Well, yes and no. I just don't want to bale hay.
Yeah.
You
See,
know, 'cause it's the
I
lawn.
love to mow. I do. I love to mow the lawn.
I do too. That's my therapy. Good morning, Rhonda.
Rhonda, how
Yeah.
are you?
Hi.
Consider we need to pray for Rhonda and keep her in our thoughts and our prayers, okay? She hasn't been feeling good, and I was supposed to give her a call, and I fell asleep. So last night after can. So we can keep her in our prayers.
Definitely, Rhonda. We got you covered.
Carrie, good afternoon. Or yeah, good
There's
afternoon,
very
all
much
right.
it downpoured there. Wow. I'm glad it didn't downpour. At least I didn't hear it. I didn't wake up from it. And there's no water in my basement. So I'm a very happy camper, which means
Nice.
whatever I was doing is working. That's very, very good. Very good. So now, Miss Lisa, my other self, you've had an eventful yesterday, haven't you? A couple of days. Tell me what's going on in your neck of the woods.
I had a hard week.
It's not
No.
even Wednesday.
Oh no.
I
No
had
good spirit.
setbacks.
You had
And
what?
I've been videoing about them, so I won't go into too much detail, but I've had a lot of setbacks. And it was like Mercury must have been in retrograde, but it's not. Everything broke. My little red wagon broke. I dumped over my greenhouse table. I mean, it's all my own fault. It was all my own stupidity.
Wow.
But
To me,
a serious thing that came up is I think I have herbicidal poisoning in my compost.
oh
Could
no.
you explain to us what that means?
Yes, I'm going to.
Okay.
Um, this is a big topic. It's an important topic, and it will be something I'm going to discuss on my channel as soon as I'm in a good enough place emotionally because I kind of lost my garden. And
Oh no.
I'm glad it wasn't a lot.
Okay.
Um, I mean, it was a lot to me,
Right.
but certain areas that I have been building up and trying to enrich the soil, I used hay. I mean, I used straw, and I was unaware of the grazon issue. And grazon is the herbicide that they put on the grasses, and the cows eat it, the horses eat it. It's an important topic for gardening, and it has devastating consequences, and it
Oh,
needs to be discussed, and people are discussing it. I mean, I feel sad, but it's like you were saying, Nick, before we started. We have setbacks, and we get up and do it again. This is the herbicides are so important. What's happening with them? It's not going to just grow back. The I can't just replant there. I have to change what I'm doing, and so that's what's happening. You know, it's like
Wow.
it's a diversion, and I think a lot of people could come into this kind of an issue. It's serious.
speed bump. It's a speed bump. But are you? Is there something
No,
that you can do?
it's serious. It's
Yeah.
not a speed bump. It's a crash.
So it means that you have to throw everything out. There's nothing else you can save.
No, people are no. Some of it is still okay. Any of the top surface plants are not going to work. So it's something that you kind of need to see, but um, the peas, beans, they shrivel, and the leaves will start to look, they kind of curl in, and it's like, what's going on? And I spend a lot of time looking at what, could it be this? Could it be that? Did I put the wrong compost on? Really what it is this herbicide does this to a lot of the plants.
Mm-hmm.
And so where I put the hay as part of my bed, like doing the lasagna thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of the lasagna approach? Where
Yeah, I've seen it, but I've never tried it.
it's like a raised bed, and then you put leaves, and then you put, I thought, straw. That's what you'll see people doing. You put mulch.
Mm-hmm.
Any of these things could have herbicides on them.
Okay.
Even the black cow, the black cow manure that you buy at the big chain stores,
Mm-hmm.
even that can have it. So it's a very serious issue. People need to know about this, and don't spend too much money until you know if you have infected your soil. So there's ways to do that. It's something that I can't talk about here because it's too in depth, but it has to be.
You're going to do a stream on that?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah. And
Good.
it's not just me. I mean, these are some seasoned professional farmers
Wow.
are working this issue. And usually what they do is just dig it up, and I mean, you're starting over.
Mm-hmm.
This is a reset.
Wow.
So these are the professional farmers are having this problem, and they've been talking about it. It's been like a year and a half that's really been active that I've seen, but I didn't have the experience myself directly. And you can't really blame the people selling the straw. You can't blame the people selling the compost. They're just telling you the best they can,
Right.
the best they know. But the point is that grazon is in just about everything, and it's killing us too. And we need
Wow.
help.
Wow.
Yes, we have to figure it out. This is a worldwide problem.
Real. Wow.
Worldwide. Wow.
It's
Wow.
that this is everything is around the fertilizer. It all starts with the fertilizer.
And that makes sense when you say it that way. It makes a lot of sense because we do know that the food, how it's grown. So I mean that's
Right.
huge. Hi,
It
Flora.
is. So we're looking for solutions, and I'm doing a survival garden, and
Hey, Flordelina. I'm
with
sorry. I'm
no.
sorry to interrupt you. I just happened to see her. I was like, hey.
Well, yeah, we've got some people joining. I don't want to miss that. But it's something we do. You'll hear more about. This is my first experience with it. I'm very sad. I was very discouraged, but we're going to learn together.
Well, I'm glad that you're sharing this with us because it sounds like, I mean, it's something that I'm interested in now, but I would have never have known if you didn't tell us. So
Right.
thank you. And I'm anxious to see what you do with it because sounds like we all should really be aware and know what this is and why. So thank you. I appreciate and I know when you're discouraged and it's you feel like, but really this is helping a lot of people out of
Yeah, I think
Well,
the more broad the discussion is, people will become more aware of it, and then
yeah.
more people will try different things. But the solutions are very unnerving because
Mhm.
what would you do? You go to the big box store to buy a bag of something you hope is going to be potable, and it's not.
so even it says organic on there. Does that say that it's not going to be
It just means wood
necessarily good
chips.
soil anyway?
No, it just means wood chips. Organic just means there's wood in there.
Oh, see,
Oh,
and that's
so
interesting to know as well because I mean, a lot of people think organic. I mean,
it means it's clean and free from all the garbage,
exactly, and it sounds like it's not.
right?
I think to the degree that the federal government requires it for for food, yes, but that food that you're getting in the store is being grown inside with aquaponics.
So
Yeah.
not 100% organic then, right?
Oh no, it's organic.
Hydroponics is grown in water, not soil.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
and
see. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
and it's highly regulated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
Like our microgreens that we did.
Yes.
Speaking of that, I'll show you the outcome so far. Okay, here's that one that we
Put your
did.
screen big so we could see it,
Oh
please.
yes, that's
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you are so she keeps me together. All right, let me look down so that you guys can see what's up. Okay, here's that one tray, and this is the mat.
Uh-huh.
Some of it grew, some of it didn't, but I think I drowned him because there was a lot of water. It just never grew, and there's a piece underneath, and it's very possible that my holes were too big. I had not done this one. And looking at the big grope trays, the holes were smaller, so I messed up there, which is okay. I have never tried that mat before. However, look what we have here.
oh, that's nice. Good.
There's
Oh,
little holes
wow.
there that didn't come through, and that's okay. And considering, what I did, I don't know. It's still, it's got the holes in there, but that's that crumbled cocoa core that we did.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
the one I'm
here,
using.
I'm sorry, what?
That's the one I'm using as a crumble.
Okay.
That's good. You've got some greens growing there.
Right. Well, I'm going to go back to my big trays now. I just wanted to do it to show you that we could do it. And this has those big holes in the bottom. If I tip it, it's going to tip everything. Well, maybe not. See, the roots are coming through the holes. And that's
Wow.
what I kind of want. So what I'm going to do now, they're ready to harvest. And I don't have, I don't have the stuff here. I'll grab it for another time when I get a deal, a minute when somebody else is on. But I'll just harvest those right up. You can eat these. I can even now.
What kind are they?
This is mixed. I know, right? This is mixed salad greens, and I added. What did I add? It was the red cabbage,
Okay.
and it has arugula. It has. I don't have the seed packet with me, but I'll get that in a minute.
I'm just gonna say hello to
Hey,
Oz Art
good to see you.
and
Sorry.
Snipey Mikey.
Yeah.
The Snipey Mikey and Oz Art. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Oz. Thank you for swinging by and saying hi. And speaking of that, crumpets. What the heck are those things anyway? We're having tea and we're having greens.
That's so funny.
Well, I should have made cucumber sandwiches then, and cut the crust off and stuff.
There you go. That's right. I'm going to move this back
Yeah.
out of the way. Mm. Oh my goodness, those are good. So what I do with the larger boxes, I raise them, dehydrate them, crumble them up into powder. They're my own shake mix powder, protein powder. And I'm going to add with that some of the wonderful wild things that are growing in the yard.
Ah,
That's a good idea. It's a great idea.
Mm. Especially the stinging nettle, I can ground them up too because those are high in nutrients.
Oh my gosh, stinging nettle, the wonder plant.
well,
Mhm.
yes, I've been learning a little bit about it too since I've learned about this from Diane to begin with.
Share that. That is really cool, Nick.
That you can make the tea and put it on your hair and it will thicken your hair naturally.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It will stop hair growth. And I heard this from my friend who happens to be my hairdresser. So, because I was asking her, I was telling her I was going to get some stuff to put on, and she's like, "Well, why don't you just get the stinging nettle to put on there?" And I was like, "Really?" And that was the first time I heard somebody else say that outside of us and Diane. So, it was
Wow.
really interesting. And you just make it as a tea, and you just wash your hair with it.
Very cool.
So my thought was, is why couldn't there be a shampoo made with it?
I agree. I agree. Why not?
Why not?
It's truly the wonder plant.
Right.
I
But
mean,
if we had a shampoo, then we wouldn't have to make the tea into it, but you could make the shampoo out of it. And I wonder if we can make it naturally. So I thought we could look into that.
You
we
know,
are definitely looking into that because more than one person is asked. I'm sorry. More than one person has asked about. I'll show you this stinging nettle I harvested and dried.
good.
Check that out. Yeah. So that's the stinging nettle tea. I made a batch of tea before I dehydrated it. This didn't even take nothing. At 100 degrees, or actually 95 degrees, it took an hour and a half. But I cut it up. I'll do another batch and actually video it and post it. But yeah, and so that's going to be great because I can crush this up and put this in my shake mix.
So my hairdresser also said, well, go on Amazon and get some. And I was like, okay. But then I was telling her about how Diane's cabin is harvesting them and drying them. So I don't know. Maybe you have a lot of that. Is there a chance that you might sell
This,
some one
this
day?
is perfect, Nick. Hang on. Go back to the split screen, Diane. Please. Thank you, Nick. She's going to send me a root. And I'm going
Oh,
to
really?
grow it. Yes.
That's a great idea because I would
Are you
like
going
to
to do that? You want to
well.
do it? Yes. You should try to grow it.
Yes, but I'm just wondering, Diane has so much. I didn't know if she had an abundance that maybe one day we can see this at Diane's cabin for sale.
Yeah, probably.
Well, you never know what can happen here.
Right? You just don't, but it's a thought, right? So I'm
It is.
planting that seed, Miss Diane.
Check this out.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the plant, right?
This is yarrow.
Oh, Yara. Oh, that's right. So tell us about that.
So I dehydrate some yarrow leaves.
Oh, that's great,
And
Diane.
they are soft enough to powder up. I just didn't have a chance to yet.
Oh.
And here, I'll single screen it for you.
There
This
you go.
was fun, actually. This took like 6 hours because it was really wet. I had to clean it. There were bugs on it, whatever. And I needed to. And it was really cool because all I did was go from the top of the stem and just pull these all the way down, and all of them came out. But at the end of it was these hairs. So I know I have yarrow because of the hairy stem, right? Not to mention, they also are separate leaves. They're alternating, not together.
Oh.
Right?
Diane, can you tap the cameras because it's fuzzy and then hold it because I really want to see that, please. Okay, and can you get to the fuzz so we can see what that looks like? Because I'm going to go out today and look for some of this.
Well,
can
you
you-
feel it and it's fuzzy. If it's smooth,
Okay.
it's not.
Okay.
there might
Now,
be
I also
some-
have
okay,
a plant app on
here's
my
an
phone
experiment.
that you
Here's
can
an
take a picture of a plant and it will tell you what species it is and what plant it is.
I know I have that too, but when I'm walking my dogs out there, I can't manage everything.
Oh,
so
I
I need to just look
Okay.
for it.
Okay.
It's fuzzy.
I'm trying to hold it still. It's fuzzy because I'm
You have
not.
to tap it.
There we
There
go.
you go. Oh, I see.
Nice.
Can you see a little bit of the fuzz?
I see it all. Yes. Almost looks like
Yes.
cotton.
Some of that
a
I
little
cut off, but here's the thing. It crumbles up so nice when it's dried. Look at that.
bit.
That
Nice
it's
silver.
extra for poultice. There are so many benefits we're finding from yarrow that Well, I sent you guys a link and I forgot to keep it on my
I
email.
have it on my
Now,
phone.
Perry is asking, excuse me, Perry is asking if you can smoke it.
Oh
Perry,
my
I
word.
I'm
would-
not going to recommend that.
Perry. Psychonic Silver's with us.
Wilson.
There's Wilson. Crumpets? No, we don't have any crumpets. But here is the blossoms. Here's the, and you know what these are excellent for? I've separated them on purpose because this is for cold and flu, to make a tea out of it to help get rid of colds and flus. And look at that.
So this has healing remedies. I have the article that you sent us, Diane,
Okay,
and it's got a lot of healing properties in it. This is like
definitely.
one of the wonder plants, and it's in it's important in medicines and healing. Oh, you're going to give me. You need to give me a second because I'm reading it as we go. When
That's cool.
Um,
Just read away, baby girl.
okay, just gonna get to. Okay, so trying to find, and I mean this goes all the way back to 60,000 BC. And
Yeah,
it's
yarrow is fantastic.
Yeah. And it says it's been famous in herbal medicines for years, especially in Chinese medicine.
Right.
It's a pain reliever and antibacterial.
Yep. It helps with hemorrhoids. It
Yes.
helps with the root you can eat on it for a toothache.
Oh, wow. That one's mine.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, well, if it helped with the root,
And then you drink it as a tea, and the health benefits come from the tea.
right, digestive. And the thing about yarrow is that it's the type of an herb worm.
It helps circulation, and it's a cure for nosebleeds.
Right. It'll help with, like, if you get cut,
so
you might have an injury outside or something on your property or whatever it is you're doing, and you are bleeding and you can't get to medical attention really quickly, you can grab this yarrow and chew it up a little bit and put it on that wound. Get a little wet, or if you had water or whatever, crumple it up, and it will help to stop.
So it's a clotter.
It's a clutter. It'll help to slow down the bleeding, if not stop the bleeding.
Okay, so I want to check that out because some of these things we've talked about, and I don't remember, are blood thinners.
Some things can be. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to get, like, this one's going to thin the blood, and this one's going to clot the blood, and this is important to know.
Right.
Yeah,
The
this
weird
is a
thing about
flutter.
yarrow, it will do whatever the body's needing at the time. It goes out and does what it's supposed to. The reason to powder this up would be one, it even helps with blood pressure.
Oh, goodbye, Wilson. Thank you for stopping in. And
Hi, Wilson.
Rhonda said my boyfriend is watching us right now, so I'm going to blow my boyfriend a kiss. Mwah! Thank you for watching and stopping in.
Oh, that's so
You're smelly. Is that who it
Yes.
is?
Yes, and they're so sweet. Both her grandsons are just adorable, and they love coins, and they love their grandma. So, mwah, boys, we love you.
That's cute.
That is great. Oh, I love it. He's watching. That's cool. Anyway, you grind this up as a poultice, get it wet, and put it on a wound. And also, if you get it stung by a bee, you can pull the stinger out. It'll pull the stinger out and take the poison out.
Wow.
So if you're really allergic, I don't know the allergic reaction, if it works the same way as if, oh, he turned red and he just, you know what? That's funny, Rhonda. That's funny.
Oh, that's so cute.
That is cute. So I don't know. I'm just going to have it on hand. And what's the crazy thing about
helps
it?
bloody diarrhea. Helps bloody diarrhea. Also helps within the digestive system. So when he loves you, Nikki. That's sweet. But it helps with the digestive system. So, sometimes people have bloody stools. So this helps with bloody stools. And that also is helpful, too, because if you have any bleeding in the stomach or like ulcers, your blood
could be a hemorrhoid that's creating that, too.
Yes. And so, but that will help, too, if you have like low blood pressure or if you're finding that you're low on iron. So, when you're bleeding somewhere and you don't know, you're going to lose a lot of energy.
Well,
right?
Sure. That was really helpful, Nick. That's good to know.
Yeah, so it helps within the stomach. I just read that, though.
Right. What?
That's good. I mean, I would love to try this. It says that you can drink it every day to help things within the digestive tract. And, a lot of people have like the upper ulcers and the lower ulcers, and they're bleeding inside. And that will help
Or
them,
they're just not able to have consistency.
right? Yes,
You
and that
know,
will cause the hemorrhoids and the bleeding.
So
absolutely.
here's the key, though, that you can drink it every day. These
Mhm.
herbal remedies are
Mhm.
most effective when you are doing a consumption that is lower, it's small, and it's already in your system. So it's going to work better if you already have some of it. You have to start from a healthy
It keeps
base.
and men. This is where you're having your wives join us does help, because this also helps with a woman's menstrual cycle, used for vaginal infections, irregular periods, and spotting. So it will help all of that. For the urinary tract.
Oh.
It'll, yes. It has diuretic properties, though. It does have diuretic properties, so which that will help with the circulation. And if you're on blood pressure medication, they always want you to have a diuretic. Well, this is a natural diuretic.
Well, isn't diuretic what you use for water?
Yes,
Water?
that's what will flush the water out. Because if we don't want to
Okay.
keep water, we want to flush the water out. And some people, if they have heart issues, they use water up within the body. So they have to take a synthetic form of a diuretic, but this is a natural diuretic.
So Jay Tizzo says, I think also an emergency room helps with bloody diarrhea. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And abdominal pain, which is your first choice. Like what we're doing here is for educational purposes, but clearly those kinds of serious issues should be attended to by a physician.
You also could put this in your bath water, and it helps with skin irritations, rashes. Sometimes I will put baking soda in my bath water. It's a wound powder. You can use it as a spray. It's good for foot baths. It helps for cyst in the body, bleeding fibroids. Of course, the hemorrhoids, postpartum healing, which is interesting for postpartum for women that have just had a baby. It's great as an anti-inflammatory for skin conditions in an essential oil. It's great for, it says, but you have to avoid this during the pregnancy, but after the pregnancy, it helps with the postpartum. That's very interesting. It sounds like a wonder herb, but also always consult your doctor before you try any of these.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't sorry guys. Trying to get this together. Oh, let's do it this way.
You're doing good, Diane. We're doing good.
Yeah.
I was munching on some crumpets. No.
So I went out to WebMD and some of the more well-known sites to look some of these herbs up to say, is it safe? Isn't it safe? Because I've been playing around with the passion flowers, and you can get too much of it. How much is too much? And
It's really important to do your research because we're not experts.
And we do our research, but there's always new research coming out every single day on everything, it seems.
True.
Yeah, and for me, what generated a lot of this is in the event of, like, my garden is a survival garden. In the event I can't get to a doctor, if the environment or society is at a point where it's just not feasible for me to get to a hospital, I want plan B and I want to understand it. And that's what started our conversation with, for me, with Diane and Nick, is I'm looking at these things from that perspective.
I'm with you. I'm looking at these things from the perspective of supply lines. Are we going to be able to have enough of this stuff? Are we going to be able to get it? And, right now, I don't think so. I think there's going to come in, it's going to happen soon. We've seen that it can happen already when we had the, 2020. So I think that with them talking and they're saying food shortages, their president is saying this, that I want to be prepared, that my family's going to have enough, and that I don't have to be dependent on the grocery stores or the government or anyone else, that I can provide for my family at home. So if it's by getting these herbs and stuff where I can help prevent something, I'm going to do it.
And understanding that it's building the body up in a healthy condition
Yeah.
first. This
Right.
is being healthy is your number one thing.
And
And
preventative is the best,
yes, an
what
ounce
we
of
can-
prevention. Yes.
prevention. And we're all not always going to be able to do prevention, but at least we can find other things that can help us in the, during a crisis or a health crisis. We can find things that might help a little bit.
Yeah, I was speaking with a friend of mine.
Hey,
This,
Shroom,
this
excuse me, I'm sorry.
Hi,
Hey, Shroom
Shroom
Day, be
Day.
safe in your
Hey.
travel. Glad you're here.
Yes, be careful, and thank you for listening.
Yeah, be safe. So, yeah, I was just speaking with a friend of mine, my high school girlfriend, and she was telling me that she was shocked. She lives in Michigan,
Mhm.
and she was shocked that at the grocery store there were no cucumbers.
Yes.
The produce looked really low. And
Yes.
I was like, yeah, I think what they're telling us is by August is when everybody's going to really see the impact. Like right now, just little bits, you're going to hear about it, but you might not see it locally. Like I'm not seeing it locally. Our shelves are stocked.
I've been seeing it consistently. I even sent Diane pictures. I've seen my cleaning supply aisles, dish detergent, the produce. I mean, everything is either slim or none.
Wow. So I don't have it like that here because we're right on a port. This is
Right.
Norfolk is a port. Portsmouth.
Mhm.
There's a lot of the containers come in through this area. So
Yeah.
we're not seeing it like that. But I do hear more inside the states, the states that are Midwest are getting it. But you're north, you're in Maine. So that's
I'm very northeast, but you think about our gas and everything else was always more expensive in our area because I'm so far up in the state, and it is a large state. So, costs here are so it takes the truckers a lot long,
yes.
they have to go further. So that's what I've always been told, why our prices are a little bit higher, but our shelves are bare. And we try to do local and all that stuff too, but that's not going to be able to sustain us because it's not going to be able to feed everybody, so I'm just trying to learn gardening. I'm trying to do all this stuff because I want to be able to save money, because if you think that beyond our healthcare, right? Healthcare costs a lot of money. So if we can prevent, we could save money when it comes to healthcare and going to the doctor. So, I mean, it goes well beyond, just being healthy. I mean, you think, flus, anything that can keep us healthy without having to go pay for the doctor is also a big savings, because my deductible's a lot. I can't meet
It's
my
going to go
deductible.
up too. I just saw in the news that the healthcare is going up again. And the government's talking about subsidies, which is, going to be more.
Right, but it is expensive, and I have a $10,000 deductible, so I'm paying
Per
that
year,
all
per person?
per person.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and my family insurance is outrageous a month as well. So, that's saving, not having to go pay $200 some odd dollars every time we go visit the doctor is a big savings for me. So, but that all begins with what we put in our mouth and how we feed our engine, right? How we feed our body, how we take care of us.
Yeah, it's that's 10,000 is pretty. It's kind
That's
of
a high deductible, but there also too, certain areas are only able to get certain type of insurance.
yes.
If you have insurance available from your employer, they will deny you. And the insurance from the employer is not like it used to be. It's what they can work with themselves. And then they, of course, have to take out of your pocket to pay for part of the premium, depending upon the company and how that works. And then they have these huge deductibles because that's what keeps your payments slower. And, you talk medical bills, I just cringe because it took us forever to pay off Joe's medical
Right.
bills.
And Jay
Way
Tizzo
back
just
when.
he can offer us some advice on that end of it too. And I said in the chat, I would really like to hear that advice, because if I can save money or he can give me some helpful tips, I want to know them.
I used to work for an health insurance company.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Diane, you have someone else that's watching you from Texas. If you want to say hello to them,
Felix, right?
Felix.
Yeah. And we've
Hi,
got
No, welcome. We're glad you're here. I don't know them, but they have friends in Texas. Who is it? I'm trying to read it.
they would love a shout out. Who are we talking about? I see 710 is oil upside down too.
Hey, 710, good to see you.
Jay Tizzo, are you talking to me?
Ray
Ray
and Mo
Bisbee and Mo Lester. Okay, you know what, Felix?
Is this a
That's not okay. That's not okay.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Hi,
That-
710 oil upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not give that any more light. We're gonna just ignore it.
So back to the yarrow. I saw some at the state park when I was walking the dogs the other like last week. It was everywhere, and this is where I go looking for some of these plants that Diane is presenting. I go out and I'm looking for them to see if they're in our area. And my zone is 7B, 7AB, 8A. So I'm about a month and a half, I'm about 6 weeks ahead of you guys in the weather. We're getting we have our hot suns now, our hot days. And I mean, for the growing season, I'm a little ahead of you. So sometimes these flowers and these wild plants, they're only out for a couple weeks, and then they turn into something else. They like the dandelion. You know how you get it turns to seed. So I'm keeping an eye out for how yarrow looks. I really want the yarrow. I really want that. So I saw it. I'm going to go harvest them.
Good.
Yeah.
It was interesting because yesterday was, here, let me go back. Yesterday was Aaron Monday, right? And I'm amazed at how much of the plants that are in my yard that I'm now starting to see at the side of the road.
Oh,
And they're
really?
in abundance. And I'm like, where were you last year when I lived over there? And they were there too, but I didn't know what I was looking for, so I didn't understand what I was looking for. But the thing you got to be careful for is that I know on that roadside in the highway what they put down in the winter.
Right.
I don't
In the
want
summer,
those
too,
chemicals
right?
on the plants that I'm going to be eating and taking into my body.
Yes.
I've never thought about that. But that's
And then
that's
there's also along the side of our dirt road out in Podunk Nowhere, quite a bit of stuff growing up as well. However, I know that they put these chemicals on the dirt to keep the dust down.
Yes, exactly.
And I don't care if it was whatever, if it's been free for 2 years, you're free to go. But as long as it's been there every year, I'm not eating it because I don't know what's goes inside of me. So you want to go further off into a field or an area. Like I know that we don't spray our backyard or our front yard or over there by the Joe's shop. And these things are popping up, and I'm trying to figure out how I can corral them in an area because I'm lazy and I don't want to walk all over the place. But also, too, it'd be easier for harvesting. So I'm trying to bring them. Yeah, I bet they did, Felix. I'm trying to harvest what is within my realm that I know has good quality soil, and or at least I think I do. But I know that nothing's been put down here. Now, after your statement earlier, my other self, Lisa, I'm wondering about, is my potting mix safe with what I've planted and put in grow bags?
So here's what you do. You just get a cheap bag of, and I haven't done this, but I'm going to give it a try. You get, if you can grow peas, or peas will sprout really fast, and so will beans. So you can get the dried beans in the soup aisle at your grocery store. You just throw them in the soil, and if in a couple weeks they're coming up, you're okay. When they come up, do they look normal or are they curling? Okay, so the bags that the bags of like gardening stuff that you get at the big chain stores, that's a different issue. Now, I don't know that there's the grazon in there, but what they do is they strip that stuff of anything, any of the microbes. They're gone. You're not getting those microbial growth things that go on in normal decomposition. You're not getting them in those bags. And so you have to put whatever that, like, I don't want to use the name, but it's the green bag. Then you have to use that brand's fertilizer or additives to it. And it becomes quite expensive.
So basically what you're saying is you're having to feed the soil back up.
Yes. And it's not going to like now you're in a pot, you've got a pot and you're putting stuff in and it's good for 3 months, not really. And what exactly am I putting in here that is, I'm feeding it for 3 months. They'll grow, but are they going to have that nutrient dense content that we need? We're looking for the nutrition. And I'm telling you, Diane, I think it's in your backyard. The way you are growing, what I saw from that snapping turtle when it was digging in the dirt, I'm like, that is soil. Now that's what soil looks like. I would like you to take it and put and show it and say, this is soil. This is what you're going for. Because I have dirt. Dirt is not soil. So
There is a difference. And then there was a guy that I read the book and I can't find it. I was looking for it earlier. And his book is really cool. He's like the green grower or something. And he wrote a book and he says, if you can pick up the dirt, your soil, whatever you have, and it smells like dirt,
yes,
then it's got tons of nutrition in it. But if it smells like nothing, it's been depleted.
Yes. And if you see sand, because that's how deserts happen, you know, the soil becomes dirt, dirt becomes sand. If you're seeing it, you've got nutrient deficiencies. And Shroom Day is bringing up something important about the
worm castings. Yeah.
So yes, but the worm castings can also have the grazon.
Oh.
This is a serious problem.
Wow, it covered every area. It's almost like this makes me wonder how
Well,
deliberate.
I mean, it's like you have to come up with your own little world. Like I put worms. I bought 1,000 worms, compact posting worms, and I was going to have a worm farm till I found out how heavy they are.
Yeah.
And
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was going to read the chat when you're done.
Okay, so the worms that I wanted, the worm castings, and because my farm didn't work out, my worm farm, I set the worms free. Well, where I put the worms free is where I have these nice little areas of really good soil. It's soil. Now it needs to have, you know, I need
Takes time.
over the course of time, rebuild up, keep adding on. But the worms are a key to this, to the success. So you have to do the bean test. You have to throw the beans in the dirt and see in the soil and see if it grows. If they grow, what do they look like?
Right.
If you
do
don't
they look like normal plants growing, or are they like
then
a
you're good to
hybrid
go.
or deformed?
Yes, you're good to go. But if you see those curls, and you'll notice it, you'll be like, what's going on? The tomatoes, I lost the tomatoes. Just I'm sad.
That's sad.
So Jay
What?
Tizzo said that Miss Tizzo tried cooking some kind of flowers that grew wild. She was so excited when she saw that they grew naturally on the property until she ate them. They were terrible. I'd be curious to know what it was, Jay Tizzo.
What in the world did she
What did she have? But I would be curious to know what she tried, because maybe, I'm sure Diane's cabin if she knows what it was, might be able to tell her how to do it where it tastes better.
Well, some of them do taste horrible. I mean, the mustard tasted really bitter.
Bitters are okay. Here's the thing with plants that I learned. Okay, for example, this is a pineapple weed. Okay, Now I'm going to bring that down closer.
Yeah, and tap so that we can get a good focus on it because that's a good one.
Now look at how many on one branch we have, and the tops. It's called pineapple because look, it looks like a pineapple, right?
I was wondering what you meant when you said a pine, because I was thinking more of a
And
pineapple.
right, and it smells like pineapple. Now, if it
Oh,
doesn't
I
smell
love
like
some
pineapple, it's counterfeit, okay? And look at this one. How many blossoms are on there?
Wow.
This is wild chamomile. It does not taste bitter.
Can you make a big screen so we can see,
Sure.
please?
And then
Sorry.
when you get a second, my other self, look at Shroom Day as what she said about worms. Her comment, please.
Yeah, that's what triggered it. Worm castings are a fantastic way to add those microbes and nutrients back into your soil. 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
Now, I have to hold it like this so I can't. Oh, it's wiggling. See?
Yeah, tap it.
That's what I know about. No, it's me wiggling. And it can't get focused because that's, it's just shaking. That's what I noticed when I was doing. Okay. Will that help?
No, you have to you touch them. Not the camera, the flower. Okay, it's trying to focus on it. Maybe you do have to touch the
But I'm
camera.
shaking, see? So.
I can't see. It's fuzzy, and that's a shame.
I know. Okay, let's look at this way because you're going to see them in a distance from the ground just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
I
Look
think
at all the blossoms.
the white, the little white petals.
They're actually yellow.
Hi, Gypsy Wolf.
Blossoms. And the petals are green and they, look like kind of like yarrow. So I thought these were coming up. There's a big patch in the yard, almost like it was a squared off rectangle plot that had nothing but pineapple weed in it. I thought I was hoping it was going to be yarrow because look at the yarrow leaf and the pineapple weed leaf. Let me see if you can do that. There's a pineapple weed leaf. There's the yarrow. Oh. Okay. I got green background and I'm showing a green plant. That's not working, right?
Hey, Gypsy Wolves.
Dude, how's it going? All right, let's try this again. Okay, here's the leaf of the yarrow. Here's the leaf of the pineapple.
Okay, hold it right there. Whoops.
That was a great picture.
I know. It's still out of focus. This is rough, huh?
Well,
it's on the plant leaves of your little mat there.
And Perry said you could boil it and use it for your feet to take the swelling out of your feet.
Oh, that's the diuretic.
The yarrow or the pineapple weed? So anyway, what you really want for your tea, and this is very calming. It's supposed to be help with anxiety and depression. And I haven't gone in real depth with it, but I tell you what, I drank some of this tea. It knocked me out. Oh gosh, did you see that? It almost focused.
Oh, yeah.
There, it looks good.
So are those going to open up?
Weed. He said the pineapple weed is what you could do to boil it
and soak your feet.
Yes, and then Gen X just asked you, Diane, are you drinking weeds now?
Yes, I am. I drink all kinds of weed. I drink pineapple weed. I drink nettle weed. I drink.
Well, I just had a joke, Gen X, and I'm going to keep that joke to myself right now. Thank you, because
so I dried this, right? Not to change the subject, from a first cropping that I had, and it took quite a bit because it's very thick and there's a lot of moisture in it.
Mm-hmm.
But next time I'm going to do. See, here is the blossom. How tiny they are. Mm-hmm. There's another blossom. But I just take the whole plant because the whole plant is edible. And I'll tell you what, that night I had my first cup of pineapple tea, knocked me on my butt. Within 20 minutes, I was out.
Tizzo joined us. Miss Tizzo has joined us. Miss Tizzo.
Hi, Mrs. Tizzo.
Hi, Mrs. Tizzo. Good to see you. Thank you for coming.
We were curious about what tea you made and or what you didn't like.
Say that one more time.
Heard that she had made something and she didn't like it because it didn't.
Oh yes, Miss Tizzo. Yes. What was it? And see, you know what? Okay, now the stinging nettle. can be a little bitter if it's too strong. Okay. And I do find that when I add it with raspberry tea or a raspberry flavor from the raspberry,
There you go. Thank you, Jay Tizzo. I couldn't get that out right.
it's a lot better.
There you go. What
We
was
did
that
it.
flour you cooked that came out terrible?
Yes, because I couldn't remember if it was flour or a weed or what it was. So I was just trying to
Yeah.
maneuver around that a little bit. It was dandelions, Diane.
It
Dandelion?
wasn't dandelions.
Oh, it wasn't. I'm sorry. Okay, I read that wrong. Sorry.
Dandelion.
Okay, well, while she's figuring out what it is, I'm going to read Gen X's because I got some news for you, Gen X.
It's probably
Right.
not good for him.
Wait, hold up. Let's
Fiddleheads. I love
Very
fiddleheads.
good, Gen X. Very good.
Fiddleheads.
Guys, listen. Yeah.
So let me tell you something, Gen X. The tea that is the green tea is growing at the Arboretum like 30 minutes from me. So they're camellia, I can't say the second name of it, the actual type of bush or tree. The master gardeners grow these types of, they grow these trees, and it's across the United States. And I'm waiting for them to seed, and I'm gonna go down there and get some. I'm allowed
And
to
they
pick
allow people to go down and pick stuff off
off the ground. Off the
Really?
ground. If it's on the ground, I can take it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's a good point there, Gen X. Yeah, pop can be Coke. Like I used to drink Coke. I don't drink Coke anymore.
yeah,
After I quit drinking Coke, I lost a ton of weight. Tea is healthier for you, in my opinion, too. It's also better for your gut.
also, yeah, and I went, and I like to visit the gardens where people know what they're doing. And I ask a lot of questions. And we have a pagoda garden in Norfolk, and I saw a ginkgo tree growing there.
A ginkgo.
Ginkgo
Really?
grow in this climate. I'm like, woohoo!
No kidding. Okay, the fiddleheads almost look like a fern when they come up, but they actually are absolutely round. We have a lot of fern here, but they are not fiddleheads. And
Yes,
yes,
and
those are
fiddleheads.
bitter. And the way to cook those is to throw some onion in, add a little carrot for sweetness, and stir them up in some butter or whatever, olive oil, whatever you would like. And hey, I always wanting more silver. And you will find that tastes a whole lot different. But
Yeah.
fiddleheads are good.
So
They are
fiddleheads are really good, and that's a staple up here in my area. And
Is
there's
it?
only 3. Yes, it's a staple. We love them. You'll find them on the side of the road, cooked and cleaned and everything for about $5 $6 a pound. They're the Native Americans. They are able to pick them around the river, and we are too as well now. But they only have about a 3-week season.
What are they?
And then there's about 3 weeks that you can pick them, because if you pick them after or before, they're poison and they will make you sick. So if you don't know what you're doing when you pick them or know exactly what fiddleheads are, then you can risk being throwing up and real sick.
Right.
And then of course, but if you do know, but they're going to be more so along the river. But ferns are wild up here, whereas like down south, my mother-in-law would always have ferns hanging from her house, and I'm like, they're weeds in my aunt's yard.
There are so many ferns in this property. I never saw so many before. At the other place that we were living at, there was a lot of ferns, and I was like, and they were like overtaking.
Yeah, so like the stream behind my house, we have a lot of fiddleheads, and I just need to be educated on what to pick, because if not, I don't make us sick. But I would love to learn. So Miss Tizzo, you just didn't get the right fern, or it was the wrong time of year. But I would love next year, because the season has passed, that I will send you some fiddleheads. Because they're very abundant up here. But thank you for sharing. I'm glad she said something. What a perfect opportunity to talk about the fiddleheads, because not many
something that and raise and you eat there. That's very cool, Nix.
Yeah, I was raised on them.
I don't know, Perry, where the wild asparagus is. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it looks like.
They
I
are
But
do.
Dave told me it's around, and he
I
has
do.
seen it before.
It's
Do
it's
you?
in
I
Michigan.
would love it.
Yeah. Well, it's past. It'll grow near the morel mushrooms. Um, and like we used to go horseback riding, and we would find the asparagus. Usually,
Oh,
you find
wow.
yeah. Usually, you find asparagus after it's already seeded because they're
Like it's
huge.
real
They're
tall and it's
tall.
got this.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then what you do is you remember where they are next year, and you go in and you can just cut them, the wild asparagus, and they are good. They are very good, but you have to get the little ones. You have to get the tender ones.
Right.
And I see Gypsy Wolves was mentioning mushrooms. Difficult topic. My son is learning about the mushrooms. He's got quite a bit of information on it. I'm not confident to even with the app to say yes, I'm going to eat a wild mushroom. But at the arboretum, the fungal growth is just so rich, and arboretums are an environment full of what you want to see in a woodland. And I think over Thanksgiving we took pictures of 8 or 9 different types of mushrooms in that arboretum. um,
Man.
Yes, it's wonderful. And my son knew what they were, and they were edible.
See, I've got a girlfriend who comes out and gets mushrooms from here, and I was like, I wouldn't know. I'd probably
I don't
pick
know.
something and feed us, and we'd be dead.
You will. You will. That's a risky proposition, and it's something that must be studied. You have to get. I wouldn't feel comfortable until I had like a certification where I was consistently able to pick them. But what they
Right.
said to me, what the teacher said to me was, "You're going to find one, and you're going to learn the one mushroom that you are 100% confident of. Just find the one because they look a little different here and there. And once you are confident of one mushroom, that's the only one you're going to eat. And
They
then you
always
find another one.
That's almost like finding coins and errors in coins.
Yes.
Think about that.
They said an inch wide and miles deep. Just find one, pick 1 inch wide, and then do your deep dive about it. And you'll be okay. But mushrooms are so packed full of.
Incredible nutrients.
Where's our shroom day? Now, shroom day, do you know about mushrooms? Is that your stick? Is that your thing? Where is she?
She's
Well,
driving, though, remember?
a
Yeah.
shroom is a mushroom, correct?
Is
Is
it?
a- I
Say
think a
that again.
shroom is a mushroom. I'm not quite sure, but I think so.
I don't know. I thought that was.
Oh, excuse
I'm
me.
not exactly sure what the focus is, but mushrooms are a whole. Fungi is a whole category, and they're so necessary. They are great predictors of the health of a woodland. Is if you can see the fungi, you have to see that.
Yeah, I don't really know what shrooms. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll wait until we get her back on a chat where she can
Yeah.
respond right away. Yeah. So you have to be careful. I've been really going with this passion fruit and loving. This is mint. It's sweet mint. So there's sweet mint, there's spearmint, and there's peppermint. And peppermint has a lot of the medicinal properties, and it's a little harder to grow. The peppermint is a tiny leaf, and I'm growing some of that in my greenhouse. And the sweet mint grows crazy. It's like
Oh, it's so good.
people say I do this all day. All day I'm drinking water with the mint.
Yeah, and so Shroom Day is joining us now.
You can always pick the cap off of the mushroom and set it on a white sheet of paper or a piece of aluminum foil. Let it sit for 12 hours and take a spore print.
Good idea. Shroom Day.
Colors of the spores will help you identify what kind of mushroom it is. Wow.
Girl.
We need her to come up here one day and talk
Yes,
about mushrooms.
absolutely. I grow peppermint and spearmint. Says always wanting more silver.
Hi,
Opus.
Rainbow.
Hi, Opus.
I
Good to
hope
see
you're
you.
feeling better. So I might be wrong, but Shroom Day, I'm like assuming your gender is female, and I don't know.
She is a female, I believe. Yes.
Hi guys, thank you for coming.
Yes.
Opera singer. Man, he's so funny. And he sings great.
He does.
He
Hey,
does.
so
He's got a
Raymond, I hope you're feeling
beautiful voice. Hi, Raymond. How are you? I'm so glad you joined us.
Always wanting more, Silver. I grow peppermint and spearmint. Yeah. So I don't have spearmint. I just have the sweet mint, and I like love it.
I have cocoa peppermint. It's chocolate peppermint. Chocolate. I can't remember. It was supposed to be a peppermint plant, and it turned out to be the chocolate smelling, which
You're a dude?
peppermint. Yes, it's amazing. It is
I'm sorry.
wonderful in tea.
That would be awesome. I definitely need to get a hold of that.
I could send you a sprig. You could sprout it and probably
You better, girl. That would be great.
No,
Right,
I do like Gypsy Wolves, and I don't know why I thought that he was a woman. I'm sorry about that. I just assumed.
What?
So I apologize, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Shirley, I'm sorry.
Why do you guys keep wanting to call Shirley a girl? Because he no. But you know, when I ship stuff out and see the name, I know it's like, no, that's a guy.
Oh, it is. I assume because I'm going to say this and blame it on somebody else, but somebody else told me that. So I was just going on like, I think I know something here. Hi, Patrick.
You're not alone. Yeah,
so a lot of people thought I was a guy.
Everybody still think I'm a guy. I have to say, people still think I'm a guy. And when I go into a chat and they've never been in there before, they're like, how are you, sir? I'm like, good. I just keep with it. I mean, no need to correct them. I mean, I'm not like Gypsy Wolves and have to, you know, every single time.
Gypsy.
Chaga is popular around Patrick Johnson's area. Now, what is chaga? Does anybody know? I think I know. Isn't that like a food, like a drink with mushrooms or something? A certain kind of mushroom from a tree? Patrick Johnson, you can share on that if you would. There's a fake morel, like exactly like the real thing.
Yes, I know.
Oh, of the fern.
No, it's the morel mushroom. They're the mushrooms that look like little trees, and there is a fake one. And you have got to know what you're looking for with mushrooms. You have to be
very careful
on the mushrooms. I'm not going to try them. I'm not going to do it, but I have been able to find morel mushrooms and asparagus. Yeah.
So Jay Tizzle, mushrooms on this subject is out. Because we don't know nothing about them.
No, until Shroom Day. Maybe Shroom Day can come and give us some tips because this is a whole important thing to learn.
Chaga is a mushroom. I thought so. There was a big, a few years back, I want to say 5 to 7 years back, where some of the people that I worked with at the church I worked at, their parishioners, they were trying to get me to drink some chaga tea because it was supposed to be very good for blood pressure, cardiovascular, you know, whatever the case was they were working on. And it was a mushroom concoction drink, right, Patrick? And I guess it was a really big thing, chaga. Have you tried the chaga? No, I don't want to try chaga. What you got there?
I do. So here's what I did with my mint. I don't know if you can see it. It's not super healthy, but can you see that?
We can see it.
Okay.
Put it on our ice cream and chocolate syrup.
I had such an awful week.
That looks so good, though. You know, I saw that.
I know, it was delicious, and I just chowed down.
It looks so good, and I was like, now she's made me hungry. Thanks.
Great.
So I'm like, I think I might need to. No need to apologize on the gender thing. Oh, thank you. Thank you for understanding. But now I'll never live this
day. We need you to come up and talk mushrooms with us.
Yes. We would love it.
Schedule a time when you're not working and driving, and we can put you up on panel.
Yeah, we need lessons on the mushrooms.
Yes, I would like to know that. I have a question for the chat. How many people here find shirts are wrong?
Tizzo. Go to big man, tall man's.
Shirt size, Tizzo.
Do we have a shirt issue?
You gotta stretch them, Tizzo. You gotta get the cotton and like stretch them.
That's right. Put it on a mannequin.
So, but actually, Tizzo, I do find that as well. Yes.
I don't. I find my shirts very easy.
Really? Mine don't fit well. But I don't pay too close
He has
attention.
a solution. I'm sure you do. Tizzo.
Julep versus mojito. Mojito?
No, julep. Like, are we talking about drinking as in mint juleps?
I don't know. Maybe it's a tea. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, Tizzo, you have a solution about the wrong size shirt?
Oh, dear.
Let's hear it. What's it going to be?
Well, we got 12 people watching. We got 16 thumbs up. And thank you guys so much for your support. When Nix gets back, I want to show what Mr. Doughboy sent us. And if anybody knows Mr. Doughboy, they need to let him know. He wasn't feeling very good yesterday during our chat. So during the auction, so he ended up.
Oh, he wasn't feeling well yesterday?
No, he wasn't feeling good at all. But I want to show you what he mixes back.
I got a phone call from my mom's doctor, and I wasn't able to get back on in time, so I didn't know he wasn't feeling well.
Oh, and did everything go well with your mom's doctor?
Well, right now we're trying to figure out what it is, whether it's strokes or seizures. So she's been told not to drive for 3 months until they can figure it out. So we got some doctor appointments with neurologist. So they're trying to put her on some anti-seizure medications right now. Yeah. So I had to talk to the doctor on how and when to give her the medications, and because some of them, can cause reactions if taken together. So it was a lot of me writing stuff down. So it just wasn't a quick phone call that I could just, I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't. So but it's good that she's doing well and no damage. So right now, you know what? I'll cross that bridge when it comes. But right now, we're just going to find out what's going on.
There you go.
Right?
Sherman says that Doughboy has chaga growing outside of his tree. And
what?
Chaga mushrooms grow on a tree.
I didn't know that, but
I'd love to see pictures of this.
Me too, because you know what? In my woods, because I live in the same area that he does, I might have some on my trees.
You very well may.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you do.
I bet.
Okay, here you go. This is from Doughboy. He sent this little. Look at this. First of all, everything was in here. Okay.
Oh,
love that little treasure chest, right?
That's beautiful. Did he make
I was on his stream one day, and he gave me the total tour, and I just fell in love. And I said, okay, I need 4 teapots. I need, I was giving him orders. Here is what he made out of coins. Look at that cross. I collect crosses. Isn't that beautiful?
Is that Celtic?
It does kind of look that way, but I think he was just making a cross and intertwining the pennies. He punched a hole in a penny. He straightened out the round to make the cross, and then he lined that in. So I'm not real sure. And then, of course, he put it on a chain. He sent that to me. But here's something very, very cool. Now, I'm going to try to hold this up so you can see it. And here is a rose. And I told him I need 3 roses. He sent me 2.
Can you tap it or something? It's fuzzy.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold it still. There we go.
Yeah, almost got it.
See, that helps.
So he made it from a coin?
He made it from pennies.
The rose is from a penny? I think, I wish we could see the detail. It's fuzzy.
I know, I'm sorry. Now I know why Joe has so much trouble. Maybe I can, hang on. Let me see what I can do with this. There. Maybe that'll help.
It seems, okay.
There you go. Isn't that beautiful? Yep. And then he made this little teapot.
This is adorable.
And the cups and saucers. Let's see if I can. I'm working on it.
They look like they're mouse size. They're for fairies.
Look at that.
Aww.
The saucer and the cup.
Oh, and look at the little penny saucer. Isn't that cute?
That is so cute. And I was wondering if he made those for for doll houses. because my
And then,
sister
of course, we have the
Barbie house that would
water
fit
pitcher.
perfect. That's so
Is that
awesome
cool?
how you can do that.
And that's what he sent me. Now, he also sent, uh-oh, there we go. He sent additional ones for giveaway. And they're all put together. This is, what is this? This is the teapot, cup, and saucer in there. 2 cups and saucer in a
Oh,
teapot.
that's such an excellent idea.
Isn't that beautiful? I love his
So
detailed stuff.
beautiful.
Those
But
are very cool. That's from Mr. Doughboy. So we're going to do a giveaway, guys. And we're going to guess a letter, just like we do over at Joe's Auctions. Let's see if I can put, and whoever is the lucky winner is going to get this. If I can wrap this back up again. And a rose. So, not this set. This set I'm going to put back in my little treasure box. So we don't get that all confused, right? Diane Cabin is doing a giveaway.
and how nice of Mr. Doughboy to do that.
Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Very nice. He's such a, and if anybody can sub him, I will put his
Put his link in
link
there.
in the chat, okay? Because he's got some really interesting things in how he does that rose. He does that with pennies, correct?
He does it with pennies, I believe, yeah.
It's very interesting.
Oh, wait, no. Where's Mr. Doughboy's? Do you have Mr. Doughboy's?
I do, and I'll put it in the chat for you, Diane.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we need to thank him. That is very cool, Ramino. I agree with you. So we have, how many people are in here? I was over there. But what? We got 11 people watching, 17 thumbs up. It doesn't matter on the thumbs up. But I have in the, can you guys get in the chat in comments, private chat. Okay, I'm going to type in, guys, what the letter is so you girls know what it is.
Okay, sure.
Oh, I suppose I need to do it that way. Oy vey. All the things I don't know how to do.
We're getting there, though. We're getting there. It was better than the first time.
For sure, for sure.
Sorry, Jenna, no binning on these. This is a giveaway.
I mean, that's really cool, though, right, Gen X? I mean,
yeah.
That is cool. That is very cool. Okay, so on your mark.
Well, wait, what are they going to pick? Letter, number?
They're going to pick cap locks.
it's in the private chat, Lisa.
Oh.
And they're going to pick a letter. Make sure it's a capital letter because, you know, I's can look like L's in
Yes.
in lowercase. So we want to make sure that an L is an L and an I is an I and that kind of a thing. I know. That's all you can do, Gen X, is try. Thank you for trying.
So here's Mr. Doughboy's information in the chat.
Say that again.
Mr. Doughboy's information is in the chat, so please subscribe to him. And
Yes.
his channel's in the chat. Oh, nice.
Is that
And
cool?
he's funny. He's
From
funny.
Diane Cabin to you from Mr. Doughboy. All right. Are you ready? On your mark? Now, girls, I'm going to need you to make sure you keep up with the chat.
I got it. I'm on it.
You're on it, Nick?
Nick is experienced and I'm not.
Yep, I got this.
And
Okay.
go.
Good.
Of course, you know, my YouTube is going to be so slow.
Keep going, guys. I don't see it yet.
Is it one guess only?
Well, we only have 10 people in here
you have to
watching,
guess
so
it. Yeah, until I see it. I think guess until I see it.
I'd say we could do several guesses because there's only 10 people in here. It's not like we have 100.
Right. So keep going because I still don't see it. No, right now, since we don't have many people, J Tizo, you can do more until I see it.
Don't see it. Keep guessing. We want a winner. We want a winner.
There she goes. There's
Got it.
And you
Stop,
can
stop. found it.
Yep.
Snipey Mikey.
Well, first of all, let's show the letter.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
And then we're going to go up on chat and show the chat so we can show for sure who got it, okay?
Yes.
Because that would only, oh, maybe I should go on YouTube side. Okay, YouTube side. Here we go. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. Okay. So where's my go? Go first. Where's it? Go. Oh, there it is. There's my go. All right, we're going to scroll on down. Y'all see my go? Okay. Scrolling on down the road. We're going to just down looking for zebra. Z as in zebra. There it is. Snipey, Mikey, Pepsi. There it is.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Snipey, Mikey. And that's going to come to you. Whoa, almost. Well, that was close. Almost spilled my tea.
Those feel like unacceptable. Oh, Jay Tizzo, that's funny. Unacceptable. It is unacceptable.
In honor of Mr. Doughboy.
In honor of Mr. Doughboy. That's cute. Very cute.
So Snipey Mikey gets the win. And that is coming to you. Snipey Mikey, thank you so much.
And
Wait,
that
no.
is the end of
Okay,
the story.
this box, this rose.
Oh my gosh, Benjamin's coins. Snipey Mikey.
Oh.
Benjamin's coins.
Thank you.
Snipey Mikey. We shall do that. Snipey Mikey.
So nice. Such a good guy. My goodness. In honor of Doughboy in his absence. Thank you, Jay Tizzo, for saying that. And thank you, Snipey Mikey. You're the best.
Okay, next I'm going to put that in a box and ship it with your other stuff.
Thank you. I know exactly what I'm going to do with it, too. Thank you, Snipey Mikey. You're very, very, very generous.
I'm going to have to talk to Doughboy about another set for you, Lisa, because, I mean, it's perfect with our tea time.
It is. That's what I was thinking myself. I'm going to put that rose in a vase.
Yep.
Set it up right beside us. And that's awesome. Thank you again, Snipey Mikey.
It looks like it's a lot of work, though, Diane, so no pressure. Okay.
You know,
okay, next one.
It's something he loves to do. It's something he loves. I do know that.
Yes, it is. It is.
And I'm going to put his information in the chat one more time.
Please. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's in the chat now. So please sub him and thank you.
Excellent. We do have another giveaway. Now we talked a little about, have we talked about the plantain plant here?
I don't recall.
I don't think we did. You and I talked about it.
Right. So
we did because Heather's chubby hubby was saying that he thought it was a banana too.
Right.
Mr. Doughboy
is an actual plant. Let me turn this. There we go.
Oh, the thought that counts, Gen X. Thank you.
That's right.
Oh, so Mr. Doughboy is here in the chat, Diane.
Mr. Doughboy.
Mr. Doughboy, that's totally acceptable. Thank you so much. I love it. I love my little tea set. It's perfect.
And it's coming to me
right on my shelf in the back behind my desk over there in the corner of the living room. Because that's my location. Away from Joe. When we're not
It's quite funny.
So I made a plantain stick. Now I'm going to talk to you about plantain. And I should have got, maybe I should wait. I don't know. Should I give away a plantain stick? Okay, let me tell you what this works. It's kind of like chapstick, but it's not. It's kind of like lip balm, but it's not. What it is I just put it in a lip balm stick because you see this little, let me see if I can direct it. Put it on there like that. That is a mosquito bite.
Oh.
And it doesn't.
Really?
Yeah. I like that a lot.
It takes away the poison out of there. It takes away the itch. Oh my goodness, I got bit by a wood tick and wood nicks and took away the itch. I didn't itch that wood tick.
Really? Because you know what, I was bit by a special moth that we have that's taken over in the that's not used to be in the nation. And if you even touch its fur or fuzz, Mr. Doughboy, maybe you can help me out here. It will cause a lot of irritation and reaction. And I put my arms on the side of the pool and I got some of the spine in my arm and it's been awful ever since.
What is it?
Oh,
It's a moth that's not native to our country. And it's just, I mean, it's not
like those
native.
Asian beetles just came in from across the
Can you tell
border or whatever from
Well, they
overseas.
didn't
and
just, I
people
don't think they just come across
luggage.
the border. I think like they come in through shipping and stuff, you know,
Yeah,
like us.
luggage.
Yeah. But
Right.
yes, it was a special moth, and I don't remember. It has fur and hairs on it, which can blow, you know, outside. And if you get any on, if you step on it in your grass, same thing. It does not have to be the moth itself. It could just be its shedding of you know, the cocoon and the whole 9 yards. So
And it does what to you?
and it's poison, so it gets in your skin and it causes irritations.
Ish.
Is it invasive or is
I don't know because this is the first time. I mean, I've heard of it, and they finally saw some in our state, but I've never been affected by it, so I really didn't do the research. But now I'm going to. But yes, I would have loved to have had that because it's been itching and it's been hurting ever since for like a week. Oh,
Like, Gen X, you're so funny.
you are funny.
He is funny. I like that guy. He's got one of those humors that it's just kind of you have to wait and think about it and go, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but, you know, he can be funny in just one word. Mr. Doughboy can be funny in one word too.
True story. True story. So anyway,
Yeah.
this is a plant. Okay, this is the one I haven't used. Okay, because I use that one, I can't give that away.
you're not a boring stats guy, Gen X? You're not.
And I'll prove that I haven't used it.
I like numbers too.
No, I'm gonna let you guys open it. I'm not even gonna open it because it's sealed. Anyway, this is a plantain stick which will help with itches of bug bites. Okay, it was wonderful. Axel had mosquito bites all up and down his leg. He's like his mom. I felt so bad, and he was scratching. I said, "Stop!" And I used a whole stick on that poor kid. And
Oh.
it is plantain. I actually boiled the plantain wild growing plant out in the yard. It grows everywhere. And I cut it up, put it in, and cooked it in. I actually boiled it in coconut oil, hemp seed oil. So this is a mental plantain stick.
So when I Google this, I think I have this growing in my yard.
You probably do. It grows everywhere. I have a ton of it in my yard. And I'm doing some tinctures with it now. I've got some ready to go into the dehydrator today. It takes about if it's a little bit thicker than the stinging nettle, so it might take a little bit longer to dry, but I don't know. At any rate, so I'm gonna give this away. And I gotta put in the chat.
Did you do that the same way you did the deodorant where you mix it with coconut oil and
This was just coconut oil, hemp seed oil, and plantain, the plant, and I mixed it all in, and I cooked it. I actually diluted it in heat, a little bit of heat, into the oils, the plantain plant itself. I cut it up really good so that it would pull all of the properties out of the plant
okay.
into the oil. So this is infused. Let me use this one since I opened it. It is infused oil. And I just poured it in and see it's kind of green.
Okay.
You know, but
But
that's because of the hemp seed oil as well as the plantain weed, the properties out of that. It turned green before I put the hemp seed oil in after I had already put the coconut oil and the plantain cooking and warming it up on a very, very, very low heat.
How much did you use of the plantain? How many leaves?
You know, I just gathered up a big handful.
Okay.
And I just chopped it up real thin, real small, so I could pull a lot of the properties out quickly.
Okay. Because if it's working like that, it sounds like it needs to be concentrate.
Probably, but I don't know, because you can actually take, like, for example, the itchweed or the stinging nettle. If you got stung or you got a bee stung or you got a whatever, you could take that plantain, chew on it a little bit, that leaf, one leaf, and put it on like a poultice or a bandage or, you know, whatever, and it will help to pull out the poison and stop the itch and help the healing process start.
So we're not concerned about the bacteria of the mouth? on the wound. Okay.
But if you have water nearby, I would use that. I don't know.
Yeah. Or
You
you
could
know, a
also,
lot of people carry bottled waters or waters with them anyways, right?
some do, yeah. But I mean,
Well,
if I'm outside in the front yard, I'll just, that's what they say. You could just, in emergency, you can just chew on it, especially with a bee bite, for example.
well, I just found out about this moth, and this moth is invasive species found only on the coast of Maine and Cape Cod. The moth is an insect of both forest and human. Anyway, it's a brown tail moth caterpillar, the tiny poisonous hairs that cause dermis, similar to poison ivy on sensitive skin on individuals.
Brown tail.
Brown tail moth caterpillar, and it is invasive, and they say they're starting to find it outside of the East Coast, and it does cause, and it's airborne, so which means the little hairs, it could be just one little hair. And
Oh, I've heard about this.
yes, and so I
Yeah,
had one on
I've
my
seen it
pool.
too.
I had one on my pool, so when I bent over on the pool to look to see if the ball had fallen, which way it went, I got it, and my arm has been on, and I don't want to show it because it's red and it does look like poison
Show
ivy.
it. Let us
No,
see.
no, 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 no.
Well, how are we going to know what it looks like if it is?
I'll show pictures. I'll show pictures. But I got it covered right now, anyways.
Oh,
I don't blame you, Nick. No gnarlies on this
Yeah,
channel.
it's just that, and I'll explain to you ladies why later. But I do have something covering it because I mean it's caused a lot of irritation and it hurt. I've never had poison ivy before, but this isn't
no, I
like
haven't either.
so I don't know what that feels like. But it's not been it's not spread, but it hurts and it itches so bad. So that I guess that's not a bad thing to kind of share with everybody because let me see. People may develop dermis. I didn't know this from direct contact. Oh, wait, from direct contact or indirectly contact with the or indirectly from contact with the airborne hairs. So it's airborne. Wow. They're hairs that are airborne. So isn't that interesting? So you don't know if you're going to be stepping on it on the grass. May not be.
Well, there goes the going barefoot now.
Yes, and the rash results from the chemical reaction to the toxin and can last up to several weeks and can be severe for several days.
This tiny little caterpillar.
Well, no, this caterpillar, let me see if you guys can see it.
They're not that big. I've seen them. They're about an inch long, couple inch and a half.
But
show that again. Let me get you. Let me make you big. Oh, look at those dots on him. It almost looks like those caterpillar. What is it? Monarch butterfly caterpillar. But look at the dots.
But they become embedded in the skin and also can cause respiratory distress from inhaling the hairs and can be very serious. And I didn't know that.
I forgot about this. I've seen.
And they are most active from April to June, and the hairs remain toxic throughout the summer, but get washed into the soil and are less of a problem over time. But who knew that there would be like one on the side of the pool railing?
Yeah, right.
And with all the splashing, I wouldn't have thought that it would have been able to stay there.
I wonder if it went in the pool, if that would affect the pool water.
Well, I don't think so.
Wait, it's not. This is something that was brought over from Europe, I think.
And it's got to be embedded into the skin. Like the skin's got to have. I don't
know. Touch it.
Yes, and they're such a public nuisance, and again because it's airborne, they're starting to travel.
Sorry, Gen X is making jokes.
Gen X, I don't think I'm what is it? Pronoun.
He wants to say hazmat suit.
I mean, seriously, I don't have to be a he or she or it or they.
No, we just want you to just spray yourself down, but make sure you use a breathing mask.
Breathing unit.
But again, there's nothing that can prevent us. Like there's nothing that can protect us from this, and that's why it's in. But they're invasive, and again, it's coming to protect us, though. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't it be nice if our plants did, though?
Wouldn't it be?
I'm with you, Diane. This is something I'm noticing. Abundance is everywhere. We see lack and we need to see the abundance.
Which
All
is
the
changing our mindset.
are there. They're
Yes.
growing.
I'm just really thinking that what you have right there in that thing might help me. Because
Yeah.
it's such a now. I gotta go put some more stuff on.
I've got a bunch of mosquito bites on, and those little sweat flies and stuff are out.
Oh, those gnat bites and all that. Yeah. We're gonna give this away. Okay. So in
Let's
the
give it
chat,
away. I'm
And
putting
I
it- okay.
I put the letter on it.
Didn't buy anything.
Gotcha. I got it. I'm on it.
Okay.
I saw it. but
And we're
thinking,
gonna. Oh, you're fine.
I'm watching. What did she say?
Leave it to you, Lisa, to make me smile.
oh no, I'm just causing trouble.
Oh, trouble. She's such a troublemaker.
I know.
I'm
Yeah.
teasing. They're not troublemakers. We just
That's okay. Somebody said your middle name was Trouble, Nick, and I was like, no, that would be me.
Right?
Yeah, I wish you said that in the chat, because I was like, no, my name is Irene. My middle name's Irene. That's where the I comes from in my name.
Yeah, my name's Trouble.
Because my Nick is really literally my initials.
That's
cool.
funny. All right, we got 13 people in here. Ready, set,
Go.
go. Because we're going to
You've given okay.
giving away the plantain stick.
And it's a caps lock and letters, right?
Yes, cap locks, letters. I don't care how
And
many
go.
times.
Let's go, people.
Is
There
it
you go.
one guess only?
We
Is
got
it
No,
it.
multiple guesses, because we don't have enough until I see it.
Do you see it?
Nope, not yet.
Nope. Where's Sean? We need Sean here.
Hi, Chief Stacker.
Chief Stacker, hi.
Chief Stacker, good to see
Okay,
you.
Stop.
And we
I
have a winner.
have a winner.
And the letter is, now we're going to have to show the letter. Don't forget. Show the letter, and then we have to show the thing. Is B as in boy. Okay. So I'm going to stick this on here.
You just missed it, Chief Stacker.
Oh,
Oh no, Carrie got there.
Why
Oh,
do I
no.
have to work every time you're on? I miss you all about. Oh, Gypsy
Who
woman.
got it, Nick? I think is it Tizzo?
Well, I better grab the camera, huh? All right. Let's go up to the go. Up to the go.
Tizzo, hammer in the keyboard.
There's the go.
I got timed out too before J Tizzo.
Okay. And here we go. We're looking for the first letter B as in boy. Boy. And there it is. J Tizzo. Congratulations. Tizzo. Oh, Chief Stacker, you were so close. He was just seconds behind it all. All right.
So Chief Stacker, the plant grows in your backyard. You can make some of this.
True. It does. And I'll probably show you how to do it. But
Jay
Tizzo,
Tizzo
this
just
is coming to you and Mrs. Tizzo.
he says Nikki talks a lot. Tizzo types a lot.
He does. I love it.
But we love it. We absolutely love
He
it.
says too. Nikki talks a lot and Tizzo types a lot. So we
We love it. But I'm going to tell Joe that, so that way he can talk about you in the chat.
take some of the pressure off Nick.
I know, because sometimes when I want to be quiet, I'm like, I cannot let Joe Durbin down, so I need to talk a lot. Because I can't let Joe down.
Is he still sleeping?
Yeah, I think he got up in the middle of the night and went
We do.
downstairs
We do
and
love it.
he's feeling really good lately, guys. So yeah, it was good to see him. I don't know. And it's a creepy thing. I just don't get it. I don't get it. So what should we talk about next week? Let's do, you know what? We've been on for an hour and a half.
Yes, and I'm starting to itch, so I need to go change my little.
You're starting to itch?
Me too. Nothing but weeds and grass and my
Yeah, she's got the itches in me.
And I started to itch it, so which means by itching, you're releasing the antihistamines. I learned all about that when I had allergies. Don't itch, because then it releases histamine.
scratch. Don't scratch.
And don't scratch, because that I didn't realize I was releasing histamines, and then it just gets worse until you take your antihistamines. So I learned a lot about. Interesting, right?
Very much so.
So
I wonder if the yarrow or the stinging nettle would be beneficial. Probably the plantain would be good for that even.
Yeah.
The itching, especially because if you get The neighbor girl had she got into the stinging nettle. We call it itchweed because it would just a big old rash on her.
Mhm.
And she actually, some people are highly allergic, and she got welts from it. Well,
And I
right
will,
there in front of him, he didn't know. He could have grabbed the plantain and put it on there, and it would have stopped the stinging nettle itch.
well, this I will take pictures, but now it's really starting to itch, you guys.
Since we're focused on it, right? All right,
So
guys.
Chief Stacker,
I need his beard clippings. Speaking of beard clipping, get ready. The beard is coming off.
No.
shh, you just told everybody live.
Why? How
Oh
come?
no! Now he's gonna know. I can clip this out.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Thank
So
you, Chief Stacker.
thank you. Hang on, I want to address something, Chief Stacker. This is kind of what we started with is we just thought we had weeds in our backyard. And so Diane started taking a bunch of pictures and so did I. And we're like, hey, wait a minute, these aren't really weeds. So that's, we're just looking
Run,
around
Joe,
like
then.
what's growing.
That's
And
cute.
we think that, maybe you have something in your backyard that you don't know is something you can use.
Right.
So take some pictures and send
No,
them to
I grabbed his beard last night and I had a handful, like I could put it in a ponytail, and he was so fluffy. I said, "This is like a hairbrush, Joe." He's gonna trim it, not take it off, trim it. I'm going to riot. He says, "Dude, no, he won't do it. He'll trim it ever so nice and good looking."
Reno says, run, Joe, run.
Right. Besides that, it would take 2 weeks and it'd be half of that would be back. Why are you guys worried?
Now, Nick, I know you don't like it, but I really liked the ring. I like
beard ring.
Jewelry. I like it. It looks contained. It's not like there's hair everywhere. I really thought it was cool, and men could do cool things with these things, but you didn't like it.
No, I think a beard should be a beard. Why put jewelry in it?
Well, same thing with our hair, and we put jewelry on our ears.
Well, that's true. That's
cool.
true. I don't know. My husband, because of his work, he's not allowed to have a full-on beard, so he doesn't. But he
his
does.
has to be close faced.
He does. But also when he's on vacation or whatever, he does the goatee. So, but yes, for his work, he's not able to have a beard. So I don't know. But my dad, I grew up and my dad always had a beard, and my dad was always just kept it. He looked like Miami Vice type of beard at times, because he kept it so cut, because he looks like Don Johnson for real.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I guess that's just they probably could never grow it that long. Is their problem.
Jim says, "I have nothing without Joe's beard. I'll send you some beard." He says, "No, you won't." No. But you know what? My dad, what I remember growing up is my dad's beard. He grew one too. And he'd go out and he'd plow snow and he'd come in with ice all over his beard.
Oh yeah. So it was quite long then again.
Oh, big and long.
Yeah, my dad would grow it longer in the wintertime and then shave it closer, but it never got, like they never grew it like below the chin. You know what I mean?
Oh.
It wasn't like the like gypsy wolves coming down.
Oh, when I met Joe, his beard was down to here.
Oh wow. See, yes,
His hair was down to here.
Oh wow.
And then
he's a hippie.
Oh
well, he was doing his thing. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, I can't remember the length of time. And it was funny because I told my mom, "Well, would you go out with him?" "Well, yeah, if he'd trim his beard and trim his hair." Well, 3 weeks later, he shows up after not seeing him at my job. Trimmed hair, trimmed beard. I was like, I turned around and went, "Oh my God, he's not in the plan."
He used to do the same thing. Jay Tizo said he used to do the same thing.
Yeah, trim it down. Yeah.
But
it's amazing.
My dad worked at a lumber mill too. He worked at a lumber mill too. So, I mean, he can't bend down because he could probably get it caught in the machines as well. So I'm sure that they kept their hair shorter and their beard shorter. But again, my dad would get it fluffy in the wintertime, especially when he was cutting wood or outside snow and stuff. But it just never went below the chin and grew it out long, like where you could braid it, like some people could,
Thank you.
Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? But I'm
Yes.
sure it's because, in those machines in being, they made 2x4s, 2x6s, they worked at a big lumber mill. So I'm sure that there was rules and safety regulations with it as
Oh,
well.
without a doubt. Like you couldn't even, yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't even wear jewelry, like your wedding ring. You couldn't go work.
Right.
'Cause
My
they
dad
would
would always,
cut your
he always
finger off.
wore his wedding ring. They wore gloves. They had to wear those big heavy duty gloves, like those wood gloves that I'm sure you know what those are, Diane, where when you're cutting wood and stuff that won't get splinters.
Oh yeah,
Those
work gloves.
Big they're cat gloves, like those big.
Yes, of course. That's a name brand. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I'm sure that's why he was able to wear his wedding band.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Keith Thacker and I are talking about something else. He's saying that I actually lived with hippies in the late 60s and early 70s, and I actually was a hippie.
Well, not much, were you?
Well, yeah, oh yeah, I was still a kid, but let's see, I was in
Did you hang with that crowd?
just hitting high school, and we definitely did all of the hippie things. We definitely wore the flowers in our hair. Oh yeah,
Tie dye, bell bottom.
Ladies, but Perry's leaving to go back to bed, so I thought we'd want to say goodbye to him.
Okay.
Hi, Perry. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much. We're praying for you, and we hope you get better very, very soon.
Take care.
You're in our thoughts and our prayers always.
Process. We'll get there. You will get there. You will
get there because there's no other options.
That's right.
No other options. You have to get there. No other way.
So rest, eat right, follow your doctor's directions, and you'll be good to go. So I say here. Anyway, we need to run. Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Congratulations, Nix. Congratulations to Mr. Tizzo. You get to have the plantain menthol balm. It's only because it's got hemp seed oil in it. Just a hint, 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 hint. And that's actually a stick. We're going to call that a stick, plantain stick. And yeah, I've got some more of that going on, but we got some stuff coming up. We need to discuss what we're going to do next week. We're definitely going to try to stay on track. In a couple of weeks, the coin show in Cincinnati, Ohio will be happening the weekend of July 14, 15, and 16. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday is the early bird. Friday is the actual coin show. And we will probably, I don't know when we're leaving for that. Well, we're waiting to see Nick tomorrow how things are going to go with Joe's appointment, whether or not we're going to be going.
Will there be an auction tomorrow?
Oh, yes, we're having an auction for sure.
Okay. So an auction. So Durbin's auction.
Yes,
tomorrow,
yes.
Tomorrow, 7 Central and 8 Eastern time.
Exactly. Very good, Nick.
And Friday, 2 Central, 3 Eastern on Friday as well.
Correct. Thank you.
You're welcome. Over at Joe Durbin's.
And if you have any questions, we have any topics you'd like to discuss, and you have interest, please send me an email at dianescabin22@gmail.com. That's right there underneath my name.
Right under the screen.
Yes. And so give us little tidbits and helpful hints. We're talking about maybe possibly doing something with shampoo. Girls, we're going to need some help with that because
I have my hairdresser too. I'll be seeing her today. So I'm going to ask her what we need to do.
There you go.
And so I'm going to get some tidbits, and then I'm going to start doing some research to see if we can make our own from home. How about that?
You are awesome, Nix. That a girl. And then, my other self, she's going to work on her dirt.
And we want an update on this, and we're anxious to see that video.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Did I hurt you with that? I mean, she put a lot of time and effort into that garden.
I see the time and effort, but I also see the good that come out of it too. And I know she's discouraged, but there's like good in our failures. I mean,
and like you said, there's no failure. This has to happen.
True.
And I think you're going to help a lot of people with that because it's something I never knew, and I would love to learn about. So.
Well, you're going to. It's going to become part of everybody's life, not just through
me. Well, good. And that's why we need this. So this was, to me, I'm looking at it like a blessing in your pain.
It is in a roundabout way. Anyway, everybody.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure for us too.
I'm going to try to post up some videos. There's a lot going on in my yard what I thought I might be able to salvage for food turned out to be deer food, which is good because I want to cultivate the babies here. I miss my babies, but
Oh,
I did have a deer lay in the front yard, just plopped itself right down. And
really?
okay, here we go again. Good. They're comfortable. They feel good. Now I got a plot of food back in the backyard, so I'm happy.
And I had a bear in my yard 2 nights ago. We got it on the trail cam, and he literally took these heavy rocks off top. Did you hear the story already?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Okay, he took the big rocks off the garbage cans and looked in the garbage, and there was none in there. It was garbage night the night before, so or the next day, so we had no garbage in there. So all of a sudden, we see him plop up, and he took a dump in my backyard, and then took off.
Well, at least he didn't poke an oil. I got story, bear
And I'm
story.
just like, I have so many woods. Why do you got to do it in my backyard, bear?
Exactly.
Bear.
Here
So I'm like, he was mad at me again.
That's
Instead of help, he's no trash, and he
Because
decided.
you didn't put any scrappings in the woods. That's why.
Well, exactly. He's getting me back because it wasn't just a small poop. It was big turds poop.
How rude.
How rude. I'm like, really?
It's called scat. Nick,
That.
scat.
Scat. I'm sorry, but the bear had big scat in my yard, and I'm like,
Yes, that's scat.
So he left me a present.
Hey, Tom's randomness.
Okay, so are we saying, oh, did somebody
I
do
know. We need to say goodbye to everybody.
My
Yeah,
other self was absolutely beautiful. My brothers and sisters still live there.
Vermont.
Oh.
We were talking about Vermont.
Okay. His sisters still live up there. Okay, I gotcha. It is beautiful in Vermont, and they make good maple syrup.
So Tom's randomness. Who wanted your Charmin stockpile?
It was Sherman's stockpile? What?
I missed it. He's having another conversation somewhere. Maybe we better just cut it.
Yes, and I gotta go get some itchy stuff on.
That's funny, Raino, as long as it's scat after pooping. I know. Bears.
Right, exactly.
No,
All right, ladies. We're going to end this broadcast.
Love you guys.
coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate your input and everything. And we'll see you next week. Same time, same station. Same
Bye.
time. Talk to you again.
Yeah.
Bye.